Man, I am so blessed. I went to Justin. I went to Las Vegas in 1979 with Diana Ross, and my name was on. I did the Tonight Show. I did the Tonight Show on a Thanksgiving night on a
And
Thursday.
I wanted to ask you about that. How was your first? Was that your first Tonight Show?
Yes, sir.
How was that experience? And did Johnny call you over to the couch afterwards? And if he didn't, how did you feel?
My first night, it was a Thanksgiving night. I did the Tonight Show. I went in, and that was back in the day. If you did your Tonight Show, you already somebody just by doing the Tonight Show.
Gotcha.
Just by being on. I did the Tonight Show. Dun, 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 dun. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to come into the show right now. Would you please welcome George Wallace? And I had to go out there and do the bit back in the day. We're talking back in 1977 and stuff like that. And I just explain, first of all, George Wallace, me being from Georgia, I had to tell everybody in America, wait, don't adjust your sets. Because I know everybody's going, George Wallace, because we had the racist governor back at the time, right? So, but I did the set, and I did a good set. I mean, I was good. Now, as I look back on it today, it's all right. It's all right. But compared to the standards then, I did good.
Gotcha.
But he gave me one of these. He did not call me over to the sofa. Later on, I found out he wasn't too particularly, he didn't care for us too much.
Oh.
So the racism was back then, and you don't notice it. My good friend Red Fox was #1 on Sanford & Son. I think the history is he never hosted the show on NBC. Now, there were a few blacks that did, guest host every now and then. You had your Mr. Bill Cosby, because these are some of the black people been doing it for a while. You had your Samuel Davis Jr., some of the black people for a while. You had your Flip Wilson because he had an NBC show, so they push him in. But other blacks, pretty hard. I had a friend of mine named Shirley Hemphill. She was on a show called What's Happening?
Mm-hmm.
What's Happening?
What's Happening?
It was Raj and all that. Hey, the #1 show in television. There you go.
Yeah.
She was on TV one night on his show. I went with her. She was bumped. She was bumped for somebody less than, so she said, fuck Johnny Carson, very loud. So she walked out. She said, I'll never come back to this fucking show. But at the time when you're young, you really don't understand systemic racism. So what's happening back then, and then later on we went on, I knew one of the, Doc Sufferson was the band leader, and we knew his manager. We got to know that Johnny wasn't too fond of us. He wouldn't put us on that much. Of course, when you got to your Richard Pryors, you got to your Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy had the connection with the NBC. Eddie Murphy was just good. So he was that one guy. So he was a media star. NBC, Saturday Night Live, and the Tonight Show. So when you went to the same network, they put you on automatically. But doing the Tonight Show, but it was still good for me. I did that, like I said, if you got on the Tonight Show back in the day, I did the Tonight Show on a Thursday, Friday night. I was in front of 17,000 people, opening for Natalie Cole.
Oh my God.
So man, just to be out there doing jokes and still to know what I was doing.
Yeah, how many years had you been doing stand-up prior to your Tonight Show set?
1.5. Didn't know shit. Just I had a personality where I could go out and just talk. Hey, how y'all doing? Look at you, like that smile you got. It's something about. First of all, I was let me tell you this. I was vice president of the world's largest outdoor advertising agency. Did you know that? In New York City.
I didn't know that.
Everything at Times Square, all of the billboards, all of the spectaculars, all of those lights, neon, everything going everywhere. I was vice president of that company back in 1974, 75. So I was making money back then. I was making $75,000 a year back then. Back then. And people say, you're gonna quit making that money to be a comedian? I never even thought about it. I wanted to be a comedian since I was 6 years old. I didn't even think about money.
Who was that comedian that you saw that made you want to be a comedian?
It was all of them. Judge Picnic Markham, Samuel Davis Jr., Moms Mabley.
Okay.
So many people. I have to throw in Richard Pryor. Like I said, the Red Skelton.
Gotcha.
Milton Berle. These are heavy white guys, but they were just making people laugh. I wasn't looking into color, anything like that. And then we had the party records too, Red Fox, that your mom would, they had albums.
Yep.
And then they would go to church. They must have been stupid. They didn't think we were going to listen to those. They call it party records, X-rated jokes and things like that. Oh shit, we just listen to those and take them back to school. And Wild Man Steve, a lot of black comedians. And I said moms maybe, even Aunt, who was on the Tonight, who was on the Red Fox show? Aunt Esther.
All right.
Yeah. Any and every comedian that would ever come on TV, I would watch them, black or white, as long as they're making people laugh. And I got into it, and I would take those jokes back to school. And then when I see happy people, it makes me happier. So I've been doing that all my life, Justin. And when you love what you do, I wrote a book called Laugh It Off. On page 62, it says, honor your essence. Honor your essence. And that means show people what you love to do. And I love to go out on stage and show people I love what I do. I'm the most blessed person, and you just go out and talk. And as you know, all I do is just lie. I just make up shit. I thank God every day. I just lie. As I said before, one of my jokes in the last 4 years is I want to be the greatest bullshitter in the world. But right now, Trump is kicking my ass in the bullshit department, man. He is kicking my ass so I just honor my essence. I love what I do. And once again, I'm teaching the young kids now, just be you. There's a market for everybody. No matter what you do, there's a market for you. And there's enough money out there for everybody. That's why I love everybody, every comedian. And you may not even like this style, but they can put asses in the seats.
Let me tell you something about you.